everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mackenzie, and this is Sorority Recruitment 101, the only channel dedicated to answering the questions you may have about what it's like to be in a sorority in college and what it's like to go through sorority recruitment at a big university. As you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be going over how voting works during sorority recruitment. A lot of you guys have reached out to me asking how voting works and what the mutual selection process is. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through voting and tell you exactly what you should expect, and I'm going to explain the mutual selection process and how it'll benefit your recruitment experience. But before I get into any of that, you guys know the drill. Make sure you subscribe down below and click that notification bell so you never miss a new video. I post new videos every single Monday and Friday, giving you guys tips for sorority recruitment and also to share my experience being in a sorority at the University of Alabama. Also, if you would like to join our Sorority Recruitment 101 family, make sure you're following us on all of our social media. I'll be sure to link them all in the description box below. So like I said before, a lot of you have reached out to me saying that you're confused on how voting works with sorority recruitment. That's totally understandable because it is confusing. But don't you worry, because I'm about to explain all of it to you right now. A lot of universities use the mutual selection process as their voting technique. What this means is that at the end of each round, you rank all of the sororities you've been to and all of the sororities rank you guys. After all of the votes are in, Panhellenic looks at both sets of rankings and makes your schedule based off of that. Now, 9 times out of 10, you will not get asked back to every single house that you want, and there is a chance that some houses you didn't want will end up back on your schedule for the next round. This is because Panhellenic wants to maximize your chances of getting a bid to a sorority. All right, so let's go over how you guys vote. Voting normally takes place online through the portal where you registered for recruitment. Once you log on, you'll see a list of all the houses you went to during that round. For this video, I'm going to give you guys an example using the first round of recruitment. At Alabama, you go to 16 houses the first round. It might be 17 by now, I'm pretty sure it is, but when I went through, we went to 16 houses. For the next round, which is philanthropy, we could have a maximum of 12 houses on our schedule. So after the first round, we had to rank our bottom 4 houses. That's what you do when you vote for recruitment. You do not rank every single house from favorite to least favorite. You only rank the bottom 4. And the number of houses you rank changes based on what round you're in and how many houses you get asked back to. So using the first round as an example, your top 12 houses will all have a 1 next to them, and then your bottom 4 houses will be listed as 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to list a graphic right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about because it's kind of hard to explain. The way you rank your bottom houses is so important, so make sure you really go over it and double check before you press submit. A lot of people want to know how Panhellenic makes their schedule based on these rankings, and if it's possible for one of the sororities they dropped to end up back on their schedule the next round. The answer to that second question is yes. It is possible for one of your bottom 4 sororities to end up on your schedule the next round. Let me break it down for you so you understand why this happens. If you have a sorority in your top 12 and they have you in their top percentage of PNMs, then you will be asked back to that house the next round. If you have a sorority in your top 12 but you are not part of their top percentage, then you will be dropped from that house. Now on the other end of that, if you drop a sorority or put them in your bottom 4 and you get asked back to all 12 of your top houses, that sorority will drop off your schedule and you will not go back to that house during the rest of recruitment. Now, if you drop a sorority but you're in their top percentage of PNMs and you didn't get asked back to all 12 of your favorite sororities, that sorority you dropped will remain on your schedule. A lot of people get frustrated by this, but Panhellenic does this that way you optimize your chances of receiving a bid to a sorority. This is why your bottom rankings are so important, because they're going to start looking from your favorite of your least favorite houses and work their way down. Let me use our graphic again. So your slot number 1 in your bottom 4 houses would be the first one to move up if you're high on their PNM list. Now this does frustrate a lot of people when they thought they dropped a sorority, but they see them on their schedule the next round. But Panhellenic does this that way it optimizes your chance of receiving a bid to a sorority. This is why you hear throughout the week to keep an open mind, because a house you might not have liked so much in the beginning could be one of your favorite houses by the end of the week. So make sure you give everyone a fair chance. Also, I want to make sure I tell you guys 2 important things about recruitment. 1, it is very rare to have a full schedule and to get asked back to every single sorority you want. And 2, just because a sorority drops you does not mean they didn't like you as a person or that you weren't good enough to be in their sorority. So if you take anything from this video, please keep that in your mind throughout your entire week of recruitment. A lot of the time, sororities drop you just because of membership requirements like GPA. Sometimes it also depends on who is going through recruitment the same year as you. If you want to hear more about that, I'm going to link my video talking about the top 5 reasons a sorority might drop you in the card above. But like I said before, my best piece of advice is to keep an open mind throughout recruitment. A lot of the times your opinions will will change as you learn more about each sorority. One of your least favorite houses in the beginning of the week could be your favorite house by the end of the week, so make sure you're really giving everyone a fair shot. There's one more thing I want to talk about in this video, and that is called single initial preference. You might have heard some people talk about this and call it suicide voting. Now, people don't really call it that anymore. What it's called is single initial preference. This means that at the end of the last round of recruitment, when you're voting, you only list the one house you want to receive a bid to, and you don't list all of the other ones you have on your schedule. So for example, at Alabama, during preference round, we can have a maximum of 3 houses. If I were to single initial preference, I would have only listed my top sorority and I wouldn't have listed the other 2. If you only list one house, there is a big percentage that you won't receive a bid at all. But if you list all of your houses, you have a very high percentage of receiving a bid to a sorority. So please list every house you have the last round, even if you might not like it as much as your top house. If you end up getting your second or third choice sorority, don't drop right away. Please try it out because you may end up loving it. If after a few months you're still not feeling it and you don't feel at home, you can always re-rush as long as you drop before you get initiated into the sorority. Now, I know getting some of your bottom 4 houses brought back onto your schedule is kind of disappointing and frustrating, but Panhellenic does this that way it maximizes your chance of receiving a bid to a sorority. And wouldn't you want to receive a bid versus not receiving one at all? So please keep an open mind throughout the week and give every sorority a fair shot. They may surprise you as the week goes on and you may end up loving them. All right, you guys, so that is my video talking about voting during sorority recruitment. I hope this clarified some things and gave you an inside look on what voting is like behind the scenes. If you guys have any further questions on this, always feel free to DM me on Instagram or comment them down below. As always, you guys, make sure you subscribe down below and comment on what you want my next videos to be about. You know I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.